Hi guys, I'm here to give account to a story of what I thought would be good to share. It's creative, of course. So, I'm a warrior, eventually becoming a warrior, Yeah, it was quite fun for a while. I was part of the Ardougne warriors. I know it was good. It was funny when I got drunk with my warrior soldiers friends. Yeah. It all starts in a base. I had to retreat there. The goblins were being nasty. If I didn't retreat there, I would have died. I stayed there for a while, training to be a ham member. Eventually, I got quite bored, so I went to Falador. There were jobs down there, nothing. So I went to Ardougne, biggest city in the Gilnoria. I know of anyway. Once there, I was offered a job as a guard. Went up in ranks, another night, and then pretty much I become a commander after 2 years in that post. It was good. A few wars with the Black Knights and elves, which weren't that peaceful. I heard stories as a kid. But then again, not all elves are peaceful. So, then I went to the Fremeniks, tried to get peace out of them. It didn't work. So we went to war instead after one of their men died because of the Dagonoffs. My king really wanted peace with them as they're really strong. But they don't like Outlanders. I don't know why. The Brant wanted me to do a few trials. Already work. So instead went to Camelot. Spoken to Merlin and King Arthur. We signed the peace treaty, of course. Arthur's a good man. We ended up going to the bar. It was funny. We all got drunk out of our heads. Then I went to see Robin in in the ghost town near Cannabis. Oh, it was good. He trained me to be a really good archer. Well, there we go. Then I went back to Ardougne, see my king, see if there was any missions for me. No missions. He requested me to stay in the castle for a while. Well, there you go. That's a bit of my story. I think the dwarfs is an interesting story. Might as well tell you that. Yeah. So I headed to Keldrim. It was good. Dwarfs seemed peaceful enough. One of them were drunk. Fell into his cannon. Should have seen his face. It was so good. Well, I had to help him up in the end. I felt bad after a while as I laughed. All I heard was a big crash. And then he asked me to fix the cannon. I had not got a clue or noticed how to make a cannon or fix it. So he requested me go to the ice mountain, get some parts for him. So we did. The king was very specific. Make alliance with the dwarfs, so I got the parts. And I requested a assembly with the king of the dwarfs. It went well. although I have to be careful of the red axe, because they're not a very nice bunch, so we avoided them. For the most part, it worked. So then we drank a bit more at the tavern. Oh, that's good. I enjoyed that. A few beers. Yeah. And then the dwarfs actually showed me how to make a cannon in the end, and made a few swords. I became a talented blacksmith. Took years, of course. First time I used a bar, I hit my thumb. It hurt. It's only a bruise, he said. You'll get it right. Well, and then all the armies, with all them alliances, we eventually went down to Tavern, took the Black Knight's castle, cavern. Then we had to go into the wilderness, avoided a few players, kill a few dragons. Well, and then we killed a few chaos dwarfs. They were being a pain. I just swore I seen a goblin. Didn't know why he was doing that. Goblin village is near Felidor, or far north. Then, of course, we went to see the goblins, because what else could we do? We were bored. They were arguing over what colour armour they should wear. I didn't want to get involved in that. We just wanted to talk. See if we could strike up a deal of peace. Again, king requires peace more than he wants war. So I spoken to them for a couple of days, managed to make them come round. I think even the player helped them with what colour they should have. Brown, the generic Lumbridge colour. Brown goblin suit of armour. They could have just chosen that to start off with. Then once that was done, I went back to Varrock with my knights. Stayed in the local tavern there. Seen a few Varrock guards, spoken to them. See how their duties are getting on. They said, boring, nothing much happens around here. Unlike the ardougne market, thieves steal off the stall every day and guards were having trouble. So we went back to ardougne, locked up a few thieves. Then we went to Legends Guide, informing them, be careful of the thieves, they could ransack the Legends Guide. Although they had 2 guards there. Then most of the time they spent sleeping. That's funny. Then we went to the jungles of Brimhaven and Camargai. That was good for a while. We've seen a few monkeys. That was kind of a holiday, really, and a duty to my king in Ardougne. Not much could be said about the desert. We didn't really go there that often. No duties with the Elcoridians. So, really, what could I say? There's not much there, apart from a few camels and lizards and vultures. There's not much to be said about that, really. I had to go to see the Lumbridge Duke. He was kind enough. He said, is your team able to get an alliance with us so we can slay the dragon Alvark? So many players tried. So we went there to the island and killed him. He was really happy with us. He requested a alliance after we killed him. That was his terms. He gave me a sword for our work. Went back home, and then my service took me about 50 years up to this point, so I retired, and I'm lucky to be alive. So that's my story. I hope you enjoy, and wait for the next one.